Hello
Good
and
morning.
welcome. Hey, hello and welcome to a very special episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. Today's guest is a former two-time TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Champion. Please welcome the Wild Child, Jody Threat. Jody, how you doing this morning? As confirmed in the intro.
Yeah, morning for me, I guess afternoon for you. I'm good. I've had my coffee, so we're ready to go.
Nice, nice. I've had a few coffees today, quite excited. But looking forward to speaking to you. I think this might be a highlight for me. But unfortunately, sadly, we did see Spitfire disband as a result of a pre-match stipulation at Under Siege, and I want to discuss with you this great tag team with Dani Luna first, because I know you've not only teamed with her, but you've actually wrestled each other as well in TNA.
hmm
So tell me first of all about her as an opponent.
Dani Luna, in my opinion, is one of the best wrestlers in the world, and the world doesn't know it yet, which makes her super dangerous because people go in there, uh, you know, not realizing what she's capable of. She's underrated, and I honestly cannot wait for the world to see what she's capable of. Because I know what she's capable of, but I feel like she hasn't been given the stage yet to see what she's really capable of.
I think she's tremendous. I remember seeing her at Progress, way before she
Yes,
went to TNA, and you can just see there was something there and talent. I think she's quite early in the career, but she really is shining in TNA, in my opinion.
I think so too, and it's only going to get more evident as
Definitely.
how good she is, and I can't wait.
And tell me about her as a tag team partner.
Um, so supportive, someone that understands give and take, and someone that I just vibed with so well inside and outside the ring. Our friendship got to a point where we can look at each other and be able to communicate and not say a word and know what we need to do. And obviously that translates very well in the ring when you're wrestling in like opponents. You just
Definitely.
kind of read each other and
It's got
know
that
each other
chemistry.
so well. Exactly, exactly. And I think that's why we had so much success so early on in our pairing. um she had my back, I had her back. And I think that like our strengths and weaknesses really complemented each other. We always laugh. We describe like her sort of style as like she's strong and brawly, whereas I'm brawly and strong, so it was
Yeah.
like almost like perfect, you know what I mean? And I'm really excited for her to run as a solo wrestler, even though it breaks my heart. And even though she's acting weird lately, maybe she's just hungry. But I think it's time for her to shine. And like I said, I've known for a long time what she's capable of. And yeah, I'm excited for the world to see.
You two made a good pairing, and I thought you gelled well. And also, they were compliments. Tell me about winning the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship and being 2024 TNA Knockouts Tag Team of the Year.
Um, Again, we kind of got together and won very quickly. And to be able to do that with a real life best friend, I don't know if a lot of people know, but we're like real life best friends. I would consider her a sister, and I would literally kill for her. Just saying. Um, so to be able to do that and to go on that journey with someone that is in real life a best friend, it was just so special. Winning it the second time was actually on my birthday, and that was a really sick birthday present. And again, to be able to do that with
Yeah.
my best friend and to be able
I
to,
dread the hangover then.
yeah, yeah, no, 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 just off of Dr. Pepper. We love our Dr. Pepper. Um, but yeah, um, it was fucking great.
Awesome, awesome. You had quite the feud with the Elegance brand, led by Ash by Elegance, unfortunately, who recently retired. So tell me about this rivalry. I think the listeners will definitely want to hear about this because it went on for quite a while.
Yeah, and I think Ash hasn't necessarily retired. She just needed to take a step away to deal with
Yeah.
some stuff. But for me, that was a very cool opportunity because it took me out of my shell, which is the kind of character that all four of those members, Ash, George, Maggie, and Heather, it, it's so different, starkly different to what Dani Luna and I feel like working with them allowed us to kind of express ourselves more and to kind of understand how to work with that sort of energy. And just I don't know if you guys ever watched like any of the vignettes that we kind of did with them, or even like we had so much fun when we whooped them and they had to become our concierge.
Yeah.
That was really fun. As much as it was challenging, I have to say that I really did enjoy it for the different aspect of wrestling. Like Dani Luna and I are very much like we're gonna beat your butts in the ring, and we don't necessarily always get to express ourselves outside the ring, and it gave us that opportunity. And for me personally, I think it allowed me to grow
Mm.
as a TV character.
Because say, I think you came up your shell, didn't you? So it
I
allowed
really
fans
did,
to,
yeah,
see a different side of you, and it worked. It's
yeah,
memorable. I actually enjoyed your Bumps and Bites show that released on YouTube. Thought it was really
yeah, yeah,
fun,
yeah.
and I thought it was really cool for you to allow fans to kind of be on this wrestling journey. That episode, New York was really good, and backstage Slamversary, you talked to Leon Slater. I can see you doing an episode. And I'm looking forward to it in the UK because I know you're not a stranger to Great Britain. But also tell
Hmm.
me about if you was to do an episode, where in the UK would you do it?
I already know, specifically in Cardiff, in the market,
Nice.
there's in the back Welsh cakes. There's I can't remember what the place is called. I know it. If you put me in that market in Cardiff, I will bring you there. That is where I would bring George, the cameraman, and I would show people my favorite thing. It literally in the UK are those Welsh cakes.
I love it. Of all the things in the UK, Cardiff, fudge cakes, and the cakes. Fair play. I think Cardiff's a wicked town. Love it.
It
Been twice.
is. It is great wrestling too. Like
Yeah.
very good wrestling there. Lots of good wrestlers come out of there too.
No, it's good. It's good. It's got the good wrestling scene, and I think Canada as well, where where you've been based. The Canadian wrestling scene, I think it's just there's such a history to it, isn't there? And it's
I
still
think so.
thriving. Well,
What I love about I think like what kind of makes our two nations different than say like America is because it's so hard for us to get to mainstream wrestling, which is like the American eyes, and so we work so hard in where we are. um and I know like right now like it's specifically looking at the UK, like there's like the new wave schools that are out there that are just popping out talented talent, and we now have one in Canada, and we're
yeah.
just seeing that like cross nation sort of talent exchange. It's really cool.
That's one
Lots
thing
of
I love about
parallels.
TNA. It's There's just the talent in the roster, and it's been like that for a very long time with the everyone's background so different, and it gives you that exposure. It's not just North American wrestling. Oh, cool, UK, he's from there. Oh, actually, I want to check this out
Yeah,
now. And Canada,
yeah,
Mexico, and Japan, and TNA is given that opportunity and that exposure. Um,
yeah.
what I've got to ask is we've seen many crossover matches in both TNA and WWE NXT due to this successful working relationship. I want to ask who else would you like to wrestle in NXT?
Jordan Grace. I did not get my hands on her when we shared a locker room, and I want Jordan Grace. Period.
I think that'd be an awesome match. I think TNA
Yeah.
legend herself, I think it'd be just an easy match to watch because I think it's just guaranteed to be a good match.
Would just fight. Would just go to war, I think is what
Yeah.
would happen.
And then sort of hug out afterwards, be like, "That's great, let's do it again."
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Awesome, awesome. Just one or two more questions because I know your time's very limited and I'm very appreciative of your time
Sure, of
and this
course.
opportunity. The TNA app, it's a great subscription-based streaming service for TNA wrestling
Hmm.
with thousands and thousands of hours of on-demand total non-stop action. Right. If you could guide new fans involving matches that you've been a part of in your TNA career, what matches top of your head do you think, okay, that's going to make them a JODY threat fan instantly? On the TNA Plus app.
That's a great question. I think there's a few like hidden relics in
Mm,
there. When we had Trinity, I had a match with her, and I feel like it was a cute little match. I'm not saying it was like anything wild, but it was like, a short little match that was really fun. I'd draw the attention there. I had like a little match with Diana when she was with us too. But maybe even bringing it a bit more to like this year.
Yeah,
Um, that hardcore match we had with the Elegance was a pretty wild, and I think would be a good watch too. There were like tables involved, and it was a bit of a spicy match, and that was more of like a tag, well, was a tag team match. But I think
yeah,
that would be also a good example. And yeah, I think my greatest hits are to come. Like I think that it's only
definitely.
been like this year that I've gotten my feet under me in TV. Like I'm very much a came up in the indies, and the TV wrestling is a different beast, and it's taken me admittedly a few years just to kind of get adjusted to this style. So I think what I'm pumping out now is better than what it was in the past, and I think my confidence is increased too. So I think really people need to keep their eyes on me for 2026.
I agree, and I think that's actually a great follow-up to my last question for you, Jody Threat. Please tell me what's next for you, or what are you really eyeing up? Any personal goals in TNA 2026?
Um, I think it's cliche to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm eyeing up that women's knockout championship. I'm preparing myself in the areas that I can prepare myself for when I get that opportunity. That being, I'm training very closely with a boxing coach. I'm doing jujitsu a few times a week. I'm lifting heavy. We have our wrestling school, New Wave, which I'm training at. So, and I'm getting those indie reps to make sure that any new tools that I'm bringing to TNA have been worked through, and that I understand that they work and they will harm my opponents. Um, so yeah, my eyes are on the gold, and I think that if you're a wrestler, your eyes should always be on the gold.
Yeah.
So I promise you though that 2026, you're going to see a new wild child, someone that's more confident and more ready.
I believe it's going to happen. I really do. So you got my approval there, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of your videos as well on Bumps
Heck
and
yeah.
Bites. The editing for that, brilliant, by the way. But where can listeners find you on social media so they can keep up to date with you in the future?
Yeah, please. Basically Twitter, Instagram, just look up Jody Threat, JODY THREAT, and you will find my stuff and any new stuff that is on YouTube. I will obviously advertise on my Instagram. I've been working very hard on my social media presence the last few years, and finally we are posting some of those projects. So
Yeah.
I would recommend watch, because I work very close with a guy named George Barboza, and like as you said, like his editing and his
It's
visions,
excellent.
excellent, and we mesh really well too. So I'm excited for also what we'll be producing in 2026. It's going to be a big year, 2026. I feel it. I do.
And I hope you get the cakes as well in Cardiff. But I wish you nothing but the best in 2026. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for your time. I'm looking forward to seeing the wrestling journey continue. For the listeners
Thank
out,
you.
if you can give Jodie a follow, give me a follow on my social media handles. They'll be in the description below. But for now, everyone, like this video, subscribe to the channel, but also have a great weekend. Just do that for me. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time for What Do You Call It? Podcast!